Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Hope everybody is doing amazingly well. Welcome back to another lesson of English with Ashish. And guys, today in this lesson we are going to master what type 0 conditional sentences are. We're going to learn what type 0 conditional sentences are, how to form them, when to use them, how to use them, everything about them. So the lesson is going to be really informative. It's going to help you step up your English game. It's going to be fun as well. Make sure you watch it until the end. I'm excited, as always. I know you guys are too. Let's do it. Alright, guys, now let's understand what exactly a type 0 conditional sentence is. Now, a type 0 conditional sentence is also known as conditional type 0 or a conditional sentence type 0 or a type 0 conditional sentence. Now, what exactly is it? A type 0 conditional sentence is used to talk about a condition and its result, which is always true in that condition, right? So a type 0 conditional or a conditional sentence is used to talk about things that are always true under a certain condition. So here, under a certain condition, something will always be true. Either it will be scientifically true or true for the speaker. So these things are either scientifically true, right? True for everybody or true for the speaker. Now, like any other conditional sentence, a type 0 conditional sentence also has two clauses, the condition clause and the result clause. And both the clauses here in type 0 conditional sentence use the simple present tense, right? Both the clauses use simple present tense, right? And the condition either starts with the conjunction if or when, generally if, all right? Now, let me show you how to form a type 0 conditional sentence. So the most common structure is using a condition clause first in the beginning, starting with either if or when, generally if. Then you use a comma. You have to use a comma if the condition comes in the beginning, and then the result clause, right? The second structure is that the result clause can come in the beginning, right? When it precedes the condition clause, you don't need to use a comma. And right after the result clause, we use the condition clause. All right, now we're going to look at some examples and understand this. Example number one. If you mix red and blue, you get violet. So if you do this under this condition, this always happens. This is what it means. If you mix red and blue color, you get violet color. So this is the condition. If you mix red and blue, this is the condition starting with the conjunction if, right? It has the subject you, it has the verb mix, it has the object, right? Which is red and blue. If you do this, if you mix red and blue, this happens. You get violet. And this is always true. This is true for everybody. Now, the result clause can come in the beginning as well. We can say you get violet if you mix red and blue. Now notice when we're using the result clause in the beginning, we're not using a comma. We use comma when the if clause comes before the result clause. All right, let's study more examples. If you heat ice, it melts. Very simple. It does, right? Try to do that. It will happen. If you heat ice, it melts. When you do this, if you do this, this happens. Another example. Snakes bite you when they are scared. So this happens. This is the result of a condition, which is this. When they are scared, when snakes are scared, they bite you, right? So under this condition, this always happens, right? Whenever they are scared, when they're scared, they bite you, right? So snakes bite you when they're scared. And notice that both the clauses use the simple present tense here. Now, the result doesn't have to be a scientific fact. It can be true for the speaker. All right. So let's take some examples. When Jyoti is ill, when this happens, under this condition, she does not talk to anybody. She does not talk to anyone. When Jyoti is ill, under this condition, if Jyoti is ill, when this happens, this always happens. She does not talk to anyone. All right. Whenever he drinks alcohol, he throws up. Whenever he drinks alcohol, whenever this happens, this always happen. He throws up. All right. So under this condition, this always happens. That is a fact. It's not a scientific fact, but it's a fact. All right. Another example. Max gets sick when he eats chicken. So this happens, always happens. Max gets sick when he eats chicken. So if he eats chicken or when he eats chicken, he gets sick. You can replace the conjunction when with if you want to. Right now, either one or both the clauses can be negative as well. For example, Max gets sick when he doesn't uh, take milk before sleeping, right? Max gets sick when he doesn't have milk before sleeping. All right, so here the condition clause is negative. The result clause can also be negative. If he has milk, or if he is, let's say, if Max is ill, he doesn't talk to people. He doesn't talk to people. So here the result clause is negative, doesn't talk to people. Both the clauses can also be negative. For example, if Max is, let me give you more space. All right, wait. Okay. So let's say if Max is not happy, if Max is not happy, he doesn't talk to people. He doesn't talk to people. So here both the clauses are negative. So either one or both the clauses can be negative here in type 1 conditional sentence. And you can also ask questions. Does he get angry when he doesn't get what he wants? Uh, does he talk to you rudely when you talk about his girlfriend? Right? So you can ask questions as well. Like, does this happen when this happens? Does something happen in a certain condition? So if you want to know whether something happens in a certain condition or not, you can use type 0 conditional sentences. Now, you can also use type 0 conditional sentences to give instructions or orders, or when you want somebody to do something for you, right? If you want that, you can use type 0 conditional sentences, right? If you want somebody to do something in a certain situation, in a certain condition, you can use type 0 conditional sentences. Examples. If you see my brother, if this happens, first of all, this is a condition. If this happens, if you see my brother, do this. Ask him to call me right away, right? Ask him to call me right away. Please tell your sister to call me. Do this, right? This is the result clause. Do this when she gets home. When this happens, under this condition, whenever this happens, do this. Please tell your sister to call me. That's a request. Here, I'm asking somebody to do something for me. That might be an instruction or an order. Here, give me a call, do this, give me a call, seems like an order or an instruction if you need more money, right? That's not an order, right? You want to help somebody. So, give me a call, do this if you need more money. So, if this condition arises, do this, give me a call. And you must have noticed that in the result clause, we're not using the subject because the subject is implied, which is you. You ask him to call me right away. You please tell your sister to call me. You give me a call. So here, the subject is implied in the result clause, right? Here, the clause is imperative. It's an imperative sentence. All right. Now, the result clause can also use a modal verb instead of using simple indefinite tense, simple present tense. All right. Let me show you some examples. If everyone comes to the party, if this happens, I may show up either. I may, right? If everyone comes to the party, I may show up either, right? This may happen. This doesn't happen. If everyone comes to the party, I may show up, right? I might do this, all right? If you apologize to her in person, if you do this, she might forgive you. This might happen, right? So this is also possible. You can use a modal verb in the result clause, but only in the result clause, not in the condition clause. This is very important to notice. But here, the result clause refers to the future. It doesn't refer to a regular action. It refers to a future. So we generally consider it a type 1 condition. Some teachers, some grammarians consider it a type 0 conditional. So you can consider it whatever you want to, as long as you use it correctly, that's fine. All right. So that's about today's lesson. Hope now you know what a type 0 conditional sentence is, how to form it, how to use it, when to use it, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. You learned something new. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and share the video with others so that they can also learn something new. And if you have any questions, any doubts, do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you at least. So keep learning. Have fun. I'm out. Namaskar.